Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that every piece of clothing had disappeared. No shirts, no shoes, no jackets, no hats, just people and the natural world. Most of us assume clothes exist for one simple reason: to keep us warm. It seems obvious. As humanity spread into colder regions of the world, people needed protection from freezing temperatures. But that's only part of the story. The history of clothing is far more fascinating than many realize. Archaeology reveals that clothing was never just about survival. From the earliest civilizations, garments also reflected identity, craftsmanship, culture, and even spiritual significance. Yet one mystery has puzzled historians for generations. When did humans first begin wearing clothes? Because the earliest garments were made from animal hides, grasses, leaves, and plant fibers, almost none have survived the passage of time. Unlike stone tools or pottery, clothing usually decays long before archaeologists can discover it. So how do scientists estimate when clothing first became common? Surprisingly, one of the biggest clues comes from tiny parasites. Humans host two closely related insects: head lice and clothing lice. Head lice live in human hair. Clothing lice live inside garments, hiding in seams and laying their eggs in fabric rather than directly on the body. Genetic studies suggest that clothing lice separated from head lice roughly 170,000 years ago. While this doesn't tell us exactly when the very first garments were made, it strongly suggests that people were regularly wearing clothing by at least that period. It's one of the most unusual ways researchers have investigated the history of clothing, not through preserved fabric, but through biology. Around this time, much of the world was experiencing one of the coldest periods of the Ice Age. As human populations traveled into colder environments, warm clothing became increasingly important for survival. The earliest garments were likely simple animal hides draped over the shoulders or wrapped around the body. Freshly hunted skins were cleaned, using sharp stone tools, then dried, smoked, or treated to make them softer and more durable. Eventually, people developed remarkable craftsmanship. Archaeologists have uncovered bone awls used to punch holes in leather, followed later by finely crafted bone needles capable of stitching fitted garments. Some of these needles are more than 40,000 years old. These discoveries reveal not only practical skill but also human creativity and intelligence. Warm, tailored clothing allowed communities to thrive in harsh climates and settle regions that would otherwise have been extremely difficult to inhabit. But clothing quickly became more than protection from the weather. Decorated garments, beads, shells, feathers, colorful dyes, and woven fabrics expressed identity, family, craftsmanship, and cultural traditions. Clothing has communicated who we are, where we come from, and sometimes even our beliefs. As civilizations advance, people learn to spin thread, weave cloth, and produce textiles from wool, flax, cotton, and eventually silk. Entire economies were built around fabric production. Today, billions of garments are produced every year. Yet every coat, shirt, and pair of shoes traces its history back to humanity's timeless need for protection, creativity, and self-expression. Whether viewed through history, archaeology, or faith, clothing reminds us of something uniquely human: our ability to solve problems, create beauty, and pass knowledge from one generation to the next. The next time you zip up a jacket on a cold morning, remember, you're using one of humanity's oldest technologies, a simple invention that helped people endure harsh environments while also becoming a powerful expression of culture and identity. And one of the most remarkable clues to that story isn't hidden in a museum. It's preserved in the evolutionary history of lice, offering researchers an unexpected window into the ancient history of clothing.